everyone. We're continuing our Getting Off Track series and interviewing all sorts of people around the racing community. And today we're going down to Eyota, Minnesota. We're going to be speaking with Kolton Brauer, driver number 34 with WISSOTA Street Stock, and his pit guy, Gabe. How are you both doing today?
We're doing awesome. Pretty good.
Good deal. You're staying warm with all this cold snap that we're kind of going through. Maybe you're on the back end of it, but how are you holding up?
We're not doing too bad. Just have an insulated shop and working on the cars in the heat.
Yeah, that's nice to have insulated shops this time of year, especially. I know there's some that don't have that luxury, and so they're probably not working on their cars. But at least you got a little bit of a head start. Have you gotten? How is the progress going towards the 2024 season for rebuild?
Well, it's been going really well. Yeah, we just got the car back and kind of just waiting on a couple to get here and be ready in like a month. Just been cleaning around the shop and getting the trailer ready and everything. So yeah, we're excited for this year.
Awesome. Well, you're coming off a very busy 2023 season. You traveled to over 70 races, so you definitely got your racing fix in. Kind of talk to us a little bit about your season, how you would assess your 2023 season.
Well, the season kind of started like I wanted to get like top 5 and stuff, but as the season went on, I kind of realized I can go for this national title. So I just kept going harder and harder. And at some point, I wrecked at my main car, and we had to rush back to the shop and pull out Braden's backup car. We had to get that thing ready, days, put a motor in it. That's where my season turned around. Things to rock ship, and I'm kind of thankful for that. But yeah, around like July and August is where it kind of got going, and yeah, it was an awesome.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that too, because I remember you had a different car from the start of the year to the end of the year, and I don't remember where exactly that wreck happened, but I heard it wasn't good. Your car wasn't in too good a shape after that.
Yeah, it was at Jamestown. I was running like 10th or something. I don't know. I don't even know, but yeah, the tranny broke. I was trying to pull off, and so unlucky. Guy spun out right in front of me, and I had to check up. I spun out, and then someone just came and just T-boned me and just wrecked the whole car. Cross member kind of came down like a foot. It was terrible.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm kind of thankful though, because that car is just amazing.
Yeah, kind of a blessing in disguise in a sense, that it's good that you're able to continue your strong 2023 season going. And you mentioned how you were in Jamestown, which is a good distance away from you. What would you say is the closest track that you raced at that's close to your hometown? Because I don't know if a lot of people know exactly where Eyota, Minnesota is.
Well, Red Cedar Speedway is the closest, but we don't like that track that much. So closest other than that is probably Ogilvy, and then I mean KRA is probably closest on Thursday. We go up on Thursday, and it's easy from that. Then we go to Monty and then Madison. So it is driving a lot of food.
Yeah, that works out well that you have a few tracks you kind of race at a little more regularly, especially when you're traveling as far as you are. So you can make sense to kind of stay in that same area, which got the track championship at Madison. So congratulations on that.
Yeah, thanks. That Madison track is just amazing, and I wanted to get that Monty one, but we missed a couple nights at the start because of school. But we kind of plan on going to get a few track championships this year, more than one for sure. I'd like to do that. I don't know where, but we'll see. We'll see where that goes. Yeah.
Yeah, and kind of mention, I want to get Gabe involved a little bit here. Gabe, what is your main job as the pit guy for Kolton Brauer's racing program?
Tire prep, tire pressures before he goes out on the track, make sure the car's good. If it doesn't start, usually check the starter and stuff like that. Otherwise, just tell him good luck and hope for the best.
Now, with how much work you do on the car, does that give you the itch at all to jump behind the wheel at some point?
Sure does. I'd love to do it someday.
I say, have you taken this car for a spin yet?
Not yet.
It's probably based on going through the one car last season. Probably it's kind of a good idea to kind of like, let's just keep it with one driver for now for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna have a bigger responsibility next season. With mainly with tire prep and just all around. I got to teach him a few more things, but
There you go. Yeah, it's a good learning experience, especially. And I mean, I've grinded one tire in my life, so I don't have any clue on how to set up the car, tire pressures, nothing. I just know how to grind one tire. So I wouldn't be much of use.
yep. I mean, it's not that hard. Just got to teach him some stuff, and yeah, should be good.
Now, out of all the tracks that you kind of visited throughout the summer, and you mentioned Madison's one of your favorite, what other tracks that really stood out to you that you maybe visited for the first time or that you really like going to?
Well, at the start of the year, I didn't really mind Monty. It wasn't my favorite, but it really grew on me. I think I won the last 3 races at Monty. That doubleheader, I won that 2 in a row, 2-day show. That's got to be my favorite track. People don't like it because the turn 2 wall kind of jumps out at you, but once you get used to that, it's a very fun track. Another track that I really like is probably Viking. This year I kind of got out of my comfort zone and started running the top and stuff, and I really found a groove on that, and that top side at Viking is just wicked.
Yeah, that's a fast track, and especially when you get the high side rolling in, it probably takes a couple laps like after restarts to kind of really get that momentum up. But yeah, it's fun to watch, especially street stocks, watching them just rip the high side. That's got to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, usually, I mean, the last 2 times that Vogel and I race is just exchanging sliders and sliders. It's just so much fun with him, mainly. It's always just crazy.
Yeah, I think the race that kind of sticks out for me with you was when you and Vogel were exchanging sliders in Monty, I believe was for the Street Stock Tour race. That was a pretty dang good race.
Yeah, that was interesting. I think the most sliders were definitely at Monty between him and I. I think we probably threw her around 20. Um, yeah, the Street Stock Tour race was interesting because Vogel was running the top all the way around, and I found a groove on the bottom in 3 and 4. So I was about straight away behind him when I got to second, but I caught him, and we threw a couple sliders, and then with 5 to go, there's a caution, and I thought the bottom was faster in 1 and 2 because I saw him down there. I went down there, and then kind of a bad decision. He blew around me, but that's one of the best races I've ever been.
Yeah, yeah, it stinks when like late race cautions kind of mess with you a little bit and kind of change how the results play out. But still, it was a really awesome race for you and both fans there in attendance. What other moments would you say stuck out from last year for you?
Oh, another race with Vogel was probably that Viking one where it was me, Vogel, and Trainer. There were 3 or 4 sliders exchanged, but that race, that was crazy. That might have been the best race of the year. I don't know how that didn't get in the top 25 BRC, but um, I've after that race, I saw like 3 posts on people saying like that's the best race I've ever seen, and that was definitely the most adrenaline I've ever had with that because I knew Braden and Vogel were still going for national title, and I knew I kind of had to beat Vogel for Braden to have a chance. So that was also really stressful.
Yeah, kind of talk a little bit about that because yeah, especially like the last month and a half, 2 months of the season, like things got really tight, not like with the top 3, top 4 even. I'm sure that was kind of stressful, like each race night kind of going in knowing it's like you have to win in order to kind of keep things as tight as they were.
It was stressful with Braden. I was kind of chilling in 4th like the whole year. I didn't have that much stress for myself. I was just kind of happy to be there, and kind of competing for national title, but also just like trying to help Braden win it. But in the end, it didn't work out. But we'll see what happens next year. It should be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. That was arguably, I think that was like one of the best like national point battles like in recent memory that I've seen, just coming down to the wire like it did. It was fun to watch as a fan from afar, even if I wasn't at a lot of those year-end races. It was fun to kind of follow on my race pass, to kind of see how the results sort of shook out. Gabe, what moments stood out for you watching as a pit guy?
Probably that Monty race, standing in the infield, it was just crazy because Kolton would throw sliders on the bottom in 3 and 4 there. When I was standing right there, it was pretty crazy. I could just see it all.
You know
Probably the
that
Monty race.
Yeah, I think because I was on like that infield pit lift, and I think you were on that same pit lift with me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know people were going crazy. There's a lot of people on that infield pit lift, and they were just like watching that race play out. It's just like, oh man, people are getting into this.
yeah.
Yeah, that definitely is a moment that sticks out for me as well. That Monty race, that was definitely one of the races of the year too. And I agree. I don't know how that Viking one didn't make the top 25, although they have like hundreds of almost thousands of races to go through. So I'm sure they couldn't put 25 street stock races, because you arguably could do that for top 25.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of sanctions and stuff in DRC, but I don't know if they did like maybe top 30, top 35. I think you would have gotten in it, but I don't know. It was good.
Yeah, like with you mentioned how you kind of were trying to help Braden out as much as you could in the national point battle. How much do you guys kind of work together in the shop? Is it kind of like you at your own race program, or do you kind of bounce stuff off of Braden as well?
Well, this year's been a little different. We we're not helping each other that much. Like we do our own tire work and everything, but if he needs help with like holding the wrench on the other side of a socket or something, like I'll help him with that. But I mean, we're pretty separate, like in our own racing.
Yeah, and I get with that kind of makes sense too, because a lot of times you guys would go kind of different places and different trajectories throughout the weekend. So it's not like you guys are at the same track all the time. Maybe like a Thursday at KRA, because that's the only place running, but then you kind of go your separate ways. So kind of got to get used to like working on your own stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, Thursday is pretty much the only time we see each other, and then we try to avoid each other as much as we can because we don't want to steal each other's wins. That's the main reason we do that, and we could get our own track championships if we want because we both got our own this year, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, did you tire out your mom going from track to track? Because you guys definitely put on the miles.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was her first year kind of doing that, but I think she did really well, and it's kind of a warm up for next year, you know. But yeah, a lot of miles, a lot of.
There you go. So kind of looking in at 2024, is that kind of the same plan, kind of do some similar things? I know you mentioned that you wanted to try to get a couple of track championships this year.
Yeah, we don't know exactly where we're going, but it'd be amazing if we could get 3 track championships and a national title, but I'd definitely rather get national title for sure. That's our main goal. That'd be awesome.
Excellent, excellent. And Gabe, did you go to every race that Colin went to, or do you kind of go a few every now and then?
It was like the 3rd week of his racing. I was shooting state trap in Alexandria when he was racing at Alec, and I DM'd him on Instagram and I said, "Are you in Alexandria?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "What are you doing?" He's racing. So I was like, crap, I might as well come down and bid for you or something or help out. And so ever since then, I went with like almost every weekend.
Nice. And I assume you two know each other even before like the racing came into play. Are you guys from the same hometown or anything like that?
The only thing is we go to the same school, and I knew who he was, but I never talked to him. And then I was like, just DM him on Instagram one day, and then here we are.
There you go. There you go. Soon you'll get a third car in the racing stable then too, at the rate you're going.
Yeah, no, we plan on that. We want to put him in a Hornet maybe in the next 2 years, so that'd be kind of cool.
There you go. Got to get him started out. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, before I let you go, I want to give you an opportunity to list off any sponsors, any additional crew members that you want to give a shout out to for your 2023 racing program, or even 2024.
Well, I gotta thank my dad for sure. I mean, I wouldn't have anything without him. He's got all the stuff. Same with mom. Um, I gotta thank Gabe obviously for helping me out. Sponsors, I gotta thank BK Engines, Factory 43, Chris Adams with Adams Race Chassis, Medieval, Verbo, Woodhaven Lodge, Brauer Roofing.
Excellent. Yep. Get a good group of people behind you and Braden's program. So that's awesome to hear. And the last kind of question I had for you, because I know like when I heard about this at the banquet, kind of like understanding the stories of like people on their national title run. And I know you guys had a little extra motivation with your dad. Kind of talk to us a little bit about that last year.
Well, he got diagnosed with brain cancer in March. So that would have been about 2 months before, and it really took a toll on us. We couldn't really, he's always in the shop with us and helping us. So it really threw a curveball because, I mean, this is the first year where we kind of just did everything ourselves. We didn't really have any help, and we'll see how this next season goes.
Well, that's awesome to hear. I'm excited to see you guys for 2024 and seeing how everything kind of shakes out as far as championships and race wins go. And so looking forward to seeing. I'm sure I'll run into you plenty of times throughout the summer. And so because I'll be kind of down there in that area for a lot of those races. And so be sure to keep in tabs on Kolton and Braden's racing. I believe they have a racing group on Facebook, Brauer Racing, that you can kind of keep track of the both of them. And it's been nice to talk with you and nice to meet you too, Gabe.
Nice to meet you, Mason.
Yeah, it's good talking to you. I'm excited to see you this summer and excited to see those.
Perfect. Well, thanks again, guys, for the time today. And race fans and everyone in the racing community, hope you're surviving the off season, and we'll see you again for another interview in the next week or so. Thanks again, everyone.